All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about the VZ gimbal. I want to talk about these set screws, I'm going to talk about this clamp assembly again, and where play is designed into the gimbal and the VZ. First thing you're going to need is your best friend Loctite 242, a 5/32 Allen wrench, a 3/32 Allen wrench, and the VZ tool, which is made by Pro. You can't go buy this at Home Depot. All right, first things first. If you have a gimbal, or you just received a gimbal, or you're new to Pro equipment, if you grab the handle right here, you have play between the handle and the yoke. This is perfectly normal. This is a brand spanking new gimbal. I have play there. When it is under load, when you're flying, there is no play there. When you mount your gimbal onto your VZ, like so, Pro needs to be up. These little holes need to be up, as was covered in my previous video. You'll mount the gimbal onto the VZ. You will make sure that this collar is tight. Now I want to point something out to my awesome, bestest operators out there. When I tighten this cap down, this portion right here and the handle are all one piece from here down. The gimbal simply seats onto the VZ like it did your old mounting clamp. See, this outer pan bearing housing rotates around the VZ. This piece is stationary as well. So there is play between the yoke and this cap. You don't need to have a lot, but there is a little bit. When it's under load, there is no play anymore. There's no play here. The gimbal yoke and the outer pan bearing housing rotates around this point. If this cap was pressed all the way up against this point, this right here would collide with the handle underneath. So how, if there's no play right here, when I turn the yoke, I'm twisting the yoke like this. There's about maybe a half a thou. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Hear that? That is absolutely normal, folks. If this was tight, this would be bound up and it wouldn't rotate, would it? So play here is perfectly normal. When it's under load, again, there is no play. It is not an issue. Now, some of you are having another problem. When your VZ is mounted on a center post, and you go to whip pan, pretend I have a camera up here and I got a big old battery rack down here, and I go to whip pan, whoosh, I can turn the VZ on the center post. Now you might take a little more effort to do it, but if you can turn the VZ on the center post, it's not the end of the world. You simply grab your 5/32 wrench, tighten that screw, just like in the previous video on the center post. This screw directly affects the tightness on that clamp. So this needs to be difficult to open and close. If it's really simple to open, if you can open it with one hand, or not one hand, one finger, like that, the VZ is going to turn on the center post. So tighten this guy down so this is difficult to open. Then it won't slide. I'm going to put some play in here for you with my 3/32 Allen wrench. I'm backing these set screws off. The reason I'm backing these set screws off is camera operators, the people who are causing this problem 99% of the time, are your assistants. They came over here to the set screws like a moth to a flame or a private to a chem light, and they want to play with those set screws. Now if I hold this center post, and I turn the handle. Do you see that movement in there? It's only in the handle. It's because somebody's gone in there and broken the Loctite 242 bond on all 4 of these set screws, trying to help you out. Remember, they are just trying to help you out. They don't know what they're doing is wrong. So what you want to do is pick one of those set screws. There's 4 of them. All right, just pick one. Start there. I want you to loosen the set screw. Get your best friend, Loctite 242. Put it on the threads. And you're going to put that set screw down until it bottoms out. Do not tighten it. Take it down until it bottoms out. Pick the set screw opposite this one. So we're going to skip that one. There we go. We'll loosen that set screw. Put some Loctite on there. Reinsert that set screw. And again, we're bottoming it out. Do not tighten it. Now I can run right over here to that one. Put some Loctite on him. Bottom him out. Do not tighten it. Now I got to go opposite this guy. Put a little Loctite on there. And again, I'm going to bottom him out. Do not tighten. You want to grab the handle, grab your center post, and see if there's any play in the handle. I don't have anything, it's rotating the whole center post. But let's pretend that there's still a little bit in there. You just tighten it a little bit more on the opposite side. Tighten it a little bit more. Back to this guy. A little bit more. And this guy. A little bit more. Grab the center post. Check to see if there's any play in the handle. It should all be gone. You also want to check the veneer adjustment. That's my phone. I'm not going to go get my phone. I'm going to throw my phone away. Alrighty. I don't have any play in my handle. I want to check my veneer adjustment to make sure that this operates smoothly. If you get these set screws too tight, you will lock this piece up. So my veneer adjustment is good. I have no play in my VZ handle, and my center post is not, or my VZ is not spinning around on my center post. That maintenance is done.